Dyson Daniels is a 6'7" guard whose impact is felt on every possession, whose energy can flip a game in an instant. This is the story about an overseas star on basketball's biggest stage. But to really get how he got here, you have to go back, way back across the world, to a small country town in Australia, and to a backyard where a friendly sibling backyard basketball rivalry would forge a set of future NBA stars. This isn't just a story about your average basketball player, it's a story about determination, about leaving home to chase a wild dream, and how a kid from a small country town took on the world. Dyson Daniels was born on March 17th, 2003 in the small town of Bendigo, a town that is far from the bright lights of the NBA. You could say that basketball was in his blood. His father, Ricky Daniels, was an American import who had become a local legend. Ricky was a two-time league MVP for the Bendigo Braves and now has his jersey hanging above the stands. By age 7, Dyson was fully immersed in the game of basketball, but he wasn't just a basketball prodigy. He was also a gifted Australian rules football player, a sport that demands incredible toughness, speed, reaction time, and spatial awareness, these all being traits that would later define him on the basketball court. His house was a constant battleground full of competition. With two brothers, Kai and Dash, who also played basketball, the backyard became a proving ground where casual shoot-arounds turned into intense battles that sharpened his skills. That drive was obvious from a young age. He was often a rare bottom-age selection for state teams and made his debut for his dad's old club, the Bendigo Braves, at just 16 years old. Even at that young age, he was already showing the all-round game that he would eventually bring to the NBA. But to get to the next level, he knew he had to leave the comfort of his own home. In 2019, Dyson Daniels made a decision that would change his life, making the decision to move from Bendigo to Canberra to join the NBA Global Academy at the Australian Institute of Sport. This move was the turning point in Dyson's progression. At the AIS, he wasn't just a local star anymore. He was grinding against elite international prospects every single day. That pressure cooker environment is designed to forge pros, and Dyson was someone who thrived in that pressure cooker environment. It was here where he truly started to build his defensive identity. Standing at 6'7" with a nearly 6'11" wingspan, he was a nightmare for other guards. Not to mention his elite footwork and reaction time that made him a menace. His game was evolving and the world began to notice.
Rebound for Australia. Daniels spin move, right hand, teardrop is good to go.
When starring for Australia at the FIFA Under-19 World Cup, a 17-year-old Dyson Daniels put on a show in his debut for the senior men's national team, playing for the Boomers against New Zealand in a FIBA Asia Cup qualifier in February 2021, saw Dyson explode for 23 points, 4 assists and 6 steals. This FIBA qualifier was a clear signal that he wasn't just a future prospect. It was proof that he was ready for a bigger stage.
Here's Hardy. Hardy! Back to Daniels! Dyson Daniels! The bottom!
With his draft stock on the rise, Dyson faced another huge decision, deciding to turn down offers from major US colleges and Australia's own NBL Next Stars Program. Instead, he took a path that less people went down. In June 2021, he signed with the NBA's GLeague Ignite, a team built to fast-track top prospects to get them ready for the NBA draft. It was a massive gamble. He'd be playing against grown men and seasoned pros, all fighting for their own spot on an NBA roster. But luckily for Dyson, the gamble paid off big time. In 29 games with the GLeague Ignite, he put his incredible versatility on full display, averaging 11.9 points, 7.1 rebounds, 4.1 assists, and 2.0 steals per game. He wasn't always the main scorer, but his impact was impossible to ignore. He played a mature, unselfish game and was someone who made made winning plays that didn't always fill the box score but caught the eye of every scout that showed up to his games. And thanks to all the incredible hard work he had put into his game over the past 19 years, on June 23rd, 2022, the dream finally became a reality, with the New Orleans Pelicans selecting him with the 8th overall pick in the 2022 NBA draft. The kid from the small town of Bendigo had officially made it to the big league, and the Pelicans had just drafted themselves one of the most talented young defenders in not only that entire draft pool, but in the entire league. Dyson's rookie season with the Pelicans was about finding his place on a team with playoff hopes. He focused on his defensive strengths, quickly earning a reputation as a defensive pest who used his size and instincts to disrupt opponents. While his offense was still a major work in progress, his defense was already top tier. In his rookie season, he averaged only 3.8 points per game, but his impact wasn't about his offense at all. His impact came on the defensive end. During that rookie season, he averaged a solid 2.6 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and just under 1 steal per game. But one of the biggest green flags of his rookie season was that he was doing all this while only averaging 1 turnover and less than 2 personal fouls per game, which is something you rarely see out of someone who has little experience in the NBA. He was a rookie with the patience and discipline of an NBA veteran who had only been in the league for less than a year. The next season in New Orleans was the same. Great defense with a minimal yet slowly improving offensive bag, with him averaging 5.8 points per game, 2.7 assists per game, 3.9 rebounds per game, 1.4 steals per game, and still only committing less than 2 personal fouls per game while playing an average of 22.3 minutes per game. But then everything changed. In the 2024 offseason, a massive trade sent Dyson Daniels off to the Atlanta Hawks in exchange for DeJounte Murray. The Hawks weren't just getting a defensive menace, they saw the potential for him to develop even more. Paired with Trae Young, Dyson's offensive game blossomed into a reliable scorer. The 2024-25 season was a whole different story to what his career was with the Pelicans. Dyson was given the opportunity to learn from the scorers around him, leading to him averaging 14.1 points per game, which is more than a 10-point per game jump than what he was averaging with the Pelicans. But not only did his offensive stats take a massive jump, somehow his defensive stats took a substantial leap as well. In that first season with the Hawks, Dyson averaged an incredible 3 steals per game and racked up 202 total steals to lead the league. It was during this season that his teammate Larry Nance Jr. gave him that iconic nickname, the Great Barrier Thief. He didn't just lead the league in steals, he also averaged an impressive 5.9 rebounds and 4.4 assists, shooting nearly 50% from the field. This massive leap was enough to earn him the NBA's Most Improved Player award, making him the first ever Aussie to ever win it. To top it off, his dominant defense landed him on the NBA's All-Defensive First Team and made him the runner-up for the Defensive Player of the Year. As of February 2026, he continues to build on that success, averaging around 11.4 points and 6.5 rebounds per game. And now that Trae Young has been traded to the Wizards, Dyson will be given the full-time role as the Hawks' primary point guard. The Atlanta Hawks knew exactly what they had traded for in Dyson Daniels. In October 2025, just before the deadline, they locked him up with a 4-year, $100 million contract extension. The deal cemented his status as one of the cornerstones of the franchise and a key piece to build around for years to come. At just 22 years old, he's become the ideal backcourt leader for the Hawks, bringing that defensive grit and playmaking the team desperately needs. His journey proves that stardom isn't just about scoring 30 points every night or dunking over everyone. Dyson proves that you can be a star by impacting the game in every way possible. Daniels Daniels is a part of a new wave of versatile playmakers who can guard the other team's best scorer, run the offense, and create for others. His work ethic is still his driving force, as he continues to add layers to his game, improve his outside shot, and sharpen his playmaking instincts. He's only going to get better. The kid from Bendigo is no longer an underdog. He's an established all-star. From the backyard hoop in Bendigo to the biggest arenas in the NBA, the story of Dyson Daniels is one of relentless hard work. It's a journey fueled by family, defined by an unbreakable work ethic, and built on a defensive grit forged halfway across the world. He took the risky path and bet on himself at every turn. From leaving home for the AIS, to taking a chance on the GLeague Ignite, to embracing a new role in a new city 2 times over. He's become more than just a great Australian basketball player. He's become one of the best two-way guards in the entire league. He is the Great Barrier Thief, a player who can steal the ball and steal a victory when his team needs it most. And at only 22 years old, with a new contract signed and his game still evolving, one thing is certain: the story of Dyson Daniels is far from over. It's only just beginning. But what do you think? Is Dyson Daniels already one of, if not the best Australian NBA player of all time? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more NBA stories. Let me know who you would like to see a story on next. Thanks for watching and goodbye.